What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Live on the Line. Get started in a moment. Hey, Ms. Morris, how you doing? Yes, ma'am. What time is the best time for me to give you a call? Okay, I'll talk with you at 5. Hey, Mr. Eric, how you doing? Yes, sir. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records off of Ashland Street, and I was seeing if you could help me out for a second. Yes, sir. I mean, it may not make sense for us to talk, but I do represent a group of buyers who buy about 5 to 6 different properties in that area. And after looking at your property, I was just seeing if you'd being opposed to having a brief conversation about a potential offer. Well, I mean, to get into that offer, what I have to do is kind of just walk down some things with you just about the current conditions of the property, just to make sure. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, I seen that, now I'm looking at it, it's been on market pretty much. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So you guys are looking. Okay. So it's dealing with the court system right now. Mm, okay. Understood. Understood. Yeah, it's a lot of scams out there, and that's not nothing that we're in the business of doing. So this is so with it being on market, it's not completely on market. It's just false advertisement with that. Okay. Now let me ask you this: Is this people? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So I see that it was some fire damage. What happened with that? If you don't mind me asking. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So you bought it back in I'm sorry, what'd you say? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And then you haven't got started with anything, pretty much, or did you put a tenant in there? Okay. So have you done like you not no less than 25 is what you're looking for, correct? Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, let me do this then. Let me take this to my financial team, let them do the due diligence, and then I can give you a call back in the next 30 minutes. How's that sound? All right. Well, yes, sir. Well, we'll talk pretty soon, Mr. Eric. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Hmm. It's basically a tear down. Where is that? Memphis. And he want 25,000 for it. Mm-hmm. Fire damage, boarded wall, doors, and windows. 38127. It's over there where Carter buys it. And if you guys have any questions or anything you want answered, just go ahead, ask those questions, and we can get to it as well. Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Melvin? Yes, sir. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually not even for the right price. Not even for the right price. Well, what is I mean, hey, everything's for sale. Well, hey, I can tell you. Well, let me ask you, what is your price then? What is your price? How do you know yet? Number? You haven't said a number. I want to know if it matches. Okay, well, okay, well, let me ask you this. So the property, have you done any renovations on the property in the last 3 years? I mean, honestly, you said it's a right place for you. Trying to see what the price is, right? No, sir. That's not anything that we do. I'm around the price point. I'm around the price point around 180, 200,000. Did you hear what I said? I just tried to tell you a price, sir. I'm around the price around 190 to 200,000. Okay, what are you looking for? Let me ask you that. I mean, obviously it's a price. How far off from? I mean, I just gave you a range, sir. How far am I from that price that you're looking for? Okay. So you've done some work into the property to pretty much bring it up to the renovation standards of 2024? He ain't looking to sell. Hey, Mr. Mike, how you doing? That's good to hear. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records off of Main Street, and I was seeing if you can help me out for a second. Yes, sir. I mean, it may not make sense for us to talk, but I do represent a group of buyers who are buying about 5 to 6 different properties in that area. And after looking at your property, I was just seeing if you'd be opposed to having a brief conversation about a potential offer. Okay. So you already got it taken care of on that end? Okay. Okay. So can if you don't mind me asking, what is that closing price? $1.3 million? Okay. Gotcha. Now, is this just for the property or is it for the land as well? 11 Main Street. Do you also own 10? Is it okay? So it's you own 10 and 11. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's pretty much a commercial mixed use property. Okay, what about 11 Main Street? Is that the same or is that a residential property? Okay, now let me sell that one. Hmm. Okay. Um, mhm. Yes, sir. So let me ask you this: do you have any other properties in Clarksville that you're thinking about selling, or around Tennessee at all? Hmm. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I appreciate you. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. I hope you have a good day. Hey, Mr. Phil, how you doing? Yes, sir. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records. Oh, Hey, Miss Karen, how you doing? Hello? Hello? Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Miss Coleman? That's good. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually reaching out regarding your property off of Miller's Glen Lane. If you could help me out for a second. For the right price? Next year is the best time for it. Okay. Well, is it just because, timing, school or anything? Okay. Well, do you have since it's next year, did you have a price in mind that you were thinking about, selling it for? Okay. It has to be at three in the front for the record work. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just making sure I got that down so that way when I follow back up with you, I'm not gonna come to you disrespectfully with nothing less than a three in that offer. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Do you have any other properties that you're, thinking about selling right now in the next 6 months? Okay. Well, hey, I'll check back in with you in a couple months, see how everything is going. And like you said, next year we can get something done. No problem. Have a good day. Hey, Mr. Brock, how you doing? I'm doing pretty well. I cannot complain. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records off of Woodlawn Street, and I was seeing if you could help me out for a second. Yes, sir. I mean, it may not make sense for us to talk, but I do represent a group of buyers who buy about 5 to 6 different properties in that area. And after looking at your property, I was just seeing if you've been opposed to having a brief conversation about a potential offer. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Now I see that the property is sitting on about 13 acres, and also with the property on top of it. Now, is this the only property on that land, or is it, in a little bit more? Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Now, have you ever, are you thinking about selling within the next couple, 3 to 6 months? Okay, what was that price point that you're looking to get for it? Let's see. Well, so far I only see the one from 2021, been recently updated, and that's a little too low. That's probably why the low ball offer's been coming. So that's why I really gave you a call today to talk with you, see, what's going on, what are you looking for, and seeing if I can get to that number. I'm looking here and it's saying around, I think it's 130, 131.6. Yes, sir. That's why I make these calls to make sure that way I'm not, coming to you with a lowball offer. Like to gather all the information. That way, I'm not wasting your time nor my time. Hmm. Mm. Yes, sir. I understand that. So it's zoned for that commercial mixed use. I said, is it zoned just for commercial or is it zoned for commercial mixed use? Okay, gotcha. And you say you were thinking about putting a, storage facility on that land. Okay. And do you? I'm sorry. What'd you say? Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Now, did you have in mind of how many units you were going to put on there, or it didn't get that far? It's just a thought. Hmm. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I understand that. Now, is there a price in mind that you're thinking about for this property? Okay. So it's pretty much worth the tax record. Let me see if I can pull up the most recent on here. How's your day going so far? That's good to hear. Now, with that property on the land, I mean, yeah, with that property on the land, have you guys done any renovations to that in the last 5, 10 years? Okay, gotcha. Well, from what I'm seeing, I see actual site built property, but I guess that it might just be the shop. Okay, 1 second, trying to pull this up. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. So it's still showing at that 131.6 for last year's tax appraisal. So that's pretty much where that's sitting. Okay. And is it under the same address? Okay, let me see because I'm not getting that part on it. Do you have that assessment by chance? Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that'll be great. That way I can come up with that offer for you. And like I said, don't want to waste your time nor my time. And if this was able to work, what would be that timeline that you're thinking about selling? Okay. Okay. So you have tenants on the property right now? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood. Well, let's do this then. This is a good number to send me that appraisal over. And once I get that, I can take that to my financial team and then we can do the due diligence and come back to you and see if the offer works for you. All righty. Well, I appreciate your time, Mr. Brock, and I hope to talk to you soon. Mhm. Hey, how you doing today? That's good to hear. Yes, sir. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records off of Parkview Drive, and I was just seeing if you can help me out for a second. Yes, sir. I mean, it may not make sense for us to talk, but I do represent a group of buyers who buy about 5 to 6 different properties in that area, and I was just wondering if you were, interested in hearing about a potential offer on the home. Okay. So pretty much that's it. It's just a rental for you. Have never seen it. Okay. Now, do you have tenants in there right now? Okay. And how much are they paying in rent a month? Okay, 975. Gotcha. Okay. And then I'm sorry, what'd you say, sir? Okay. Understood. I can do that. And then, has is was it as was about as is, or have you guys done anything to it? Okay. Gotcha. And then you said that roof was 2 years ago. Okay, gotcha. Now, do you have any other properties that you're thinking about offloading as well out in the Memphis area? Okay. Do you have those full addresses for me, or could you text me those full addresses? Okay. Well, when you get settled, can you send me those two addresses by chance, and I can possibly get those taken care of as well with the offer? Alrighty. Well, hey, I appreciate your time, and I can give you a call back once I get everything, and I'll talk with you about all three. Thank you. Most definitely.
We're gonna clip that. Yeah, we're gonna clip that. Finally showed up. Look at it. We've been out here looking for y'all. We've got about you. We done finally showed up. We good, you know. Yeah, man, I'm happy to see you. That means we about to start working. Yes, sir. How y'all doing? Niggas left. A lot of developers like to get prospects like that. Like cooking, like prospects. And you want to slab that like the cover on the ground so that
Hey, Mr. Nicholson, how you doing? Yes, sir. My name is Will with Net Home Offer, and I was actually holding a copy of your property tax records off of Woodmead Lane, and I was seeing if you could help me out for a second. I mean, it may not make sense for us to talk, but I do represent a group of buyers who buy about 5 to 6 different properties in that area. And after looking at your property, I was just seeing if you're being opposed to having a brief conversation about a potential offer. Well, in order to get to my offer, that's why I gave you a call today to kind of confirm the conditions, see if there's been any updates to the property in the last 5 to 10 years. 500,000. Okay. Now, have you done any renovations in the property in the last 5 to 10 years? Yes, sir. That's why I'm talking about it. I want to know a little bit more.
AT&T phone. What? Phone is right in front of you. Yeah, turn in. Obviously, when people, people come in and turn in, so I reach out to AT&T and basically convince them. I say convince them they want me to pay for to move this phone, and they wanted me to pay for it for underground. So if I would have to pay for it for underground, I would have to pay for this street to get dug into, the labor costs to run the line underground, the AT&T or fiber lines, bring that cable whatever underground, and then pay to repay this this alley, which I'm not trying to do it. I think it's wild how these companies like AT&T, Google, that's another conversation for another day. Maybe want to pass their bills on us, but one thing I had a connection, I was plugged, so I know with stuff like this before, but some phone calls.
All right, y'all. We're gonna open it up for Q&A right now. So if you got any questions or anything regarding acquisitions, wholesaling, whatever it may be, this is the time to ask. Let's go ahead and get it.
You don't have to necessarily you don't understand the stress. People make that extra $20,000. Look, if I wanted to make that extra $20,000 a month, I'm just going to say, hey, you know why? Because there's no risk involved. Just being the middleman, just being the lawyer, paying the lawyer. You making money selling a product that you don't have to buy. You don't have that credit, you don't have that license.
All righty. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being on the stream today. We'll be back, I think, between Thursday. So check back in with us on Thursday. I appreciate y'all. Like you said, happy Monday, Monday, and let's get it.